Hello and welcome back to the channel. In today's video I will continue working on my E91 project, and hopefully by the end of this video I will actually be able to drive it for the first time. So in this video I'm planning on completing quite a few jobs in order to actually be able to drive the car. The first job I'm going to crack on with is replacing the gearbox oil and filter. I also then need to refit the prop shaft and all the heat shields that go under the car, refit the exhaust, change front pads, rear pads along with the sensors, and refit all the plastics under the bonnet. Another thing that I'm going to try to do is remove the snow flaps and fit the blanking plates, but I will talk about that slightly later in the video. So quite a few jobs to be completed. Let's not waste any time and crack on with it. Apparently you need to press record for camera to record. Strange that. Okay, so I have drained oil, which I thought was on video but it's not. So far about 5 litres of oil came out, so basically me saying that there's no oil in the gearbox is rubbish. There was oil in the gearbox, so the garage that took off the gearbox must have not drained it, which is kind of good for me really. I have removed the oil filter, some whatever it's called, and there's no metal particles that I can see. I'll try to film that. So I'm not entirely sure whether there's magnets. I don't think there's magnets in these, although that could be. That turns, but I really need to get out of here and double check what that is and compare that to the new filter and make sure it's all the same, and then refill the gearbox with oil and lower the car, and hopefully it will drive fine, no problems. Wishful thinking. Okay, so let's get the new filter and compare it to the old one. Okay, so this is the new filter housing. Comes with a gasket. I think this is the magnet, so I will test that theory. Yeah, that's the magnet, so I'm gonna get the old sump out and check the magnets on that and see if there's much metal on it, although I don't think there is, so fingers crossed the gearbox is good. The camera picks this up better than I can see with my eyes actually, but there are some signs of metal in the filter. I'm not entirely sure what is considered too much. There we go, the filter must have been changed because that is stamped 2011 and the car is 2006, so that's a good sign. And as for the magnets, yes, there is metal deposits, but again, obviously there's a lot of moving metal parts inside of the gearbox, so that's, you know, it's expected to have some. I don't know enough about automatic gearboxes to actually know what's too much. So let's get this fitted and start filling the gearbox with oil. So the gearbox oil is now up to the level, and at least up in the air there's all 6 gears in place. So the gearbox seems to be absolutely fine, which is good result. And I'm gonna start on the next job, which is replacing brake pads, front and the rear of the car, because they are extremely worn. Even the car's computer is telling me to replace them. I have done a visual inspection as well, and they are extremely worn. So before I can take the car for MOT, I do need to replace the brake pads as well as the sensors. There's one sensor on the front and one sensor on the back, and basically they monitor the condition of the brake pads, or rather the thickness of the lining of the brake pads. I think that would be more correct saying. And I have bought new sensors and new set of parts for the front and the rear, so that is the job I'm going to start on next. A quick update: the brake pads have been replaced on the rear of the car, so they're a lot meatier than the old ones, and hopefully we can reset the brake pad wear warning error thing. So replace them both on the rear. I've got a new sensor, that's all in place. There's quite a bit of rust on this side compared to the other side, to be fair, which I'm not too bothered about, to be fair. Next job I'm going to crack on with is the replacement, or rather the removal of these fill flaps. Let me get that off. So what I'm going to do is remove the inlet manifold, clean it all inside and outside, and remove the fill flaps. And once I've got the inlet manifold off, I will explain why I am doing what I'm doing. So that's the inlet manifold has been removed, and it doesn't look too bad. There isn't too much carbon buildup inside, which is good news. I'm still going to remove the swirl flaps, and swirl flaps are basically, for those who don't know, are these little valves inside, and controlled by engine ECU, they can open and close. What usually happens is there's a lot of carbon buildup inside around the valves, and that prevents them from moving, but the actuator rod still tries to move them, and what happens in that scenario, they just break, drop inside of the engine and cause a lot of expensive damage. So while these seem to be fully functioning, seeing as I have the kit already, I'm still going to remove them and potentially avoid expensive repairs in the future, whether it's going to be me owning the car or it will be sold on to someone else. So the kit comes with these really nicely engineered blanking plates. They also come with the new seals and seals for the blanking plates. So that's what I'm going to do next. Okay, quick update. I have refitted the inlet manifold. Started the car up and it runs fine. There's no issues with the swirl flaps being removed. The next job I'm going to do is refit all the plastics that go on top of the engine, the window wipers, etc, etc. After that, all I'll have to do is change front brake pads and look into the issue of exhaust sitting slightly incorrectly, and after that I should be able to test drive the car. So closing in on the final. Right, as you have just seen, the car starts, drives at its own power. It's quite a good result, really, in a relatively small amount of time. For those who have watched the videos or the beginning of the series, I bought the car sight unseen. Didn't drive it, didn't know whether it was running, didn't know the condition of the gearbox, didn't know the condition of the engine. I worked through the issues, through a box of bolts that the car came with, and yeah, it is a complete car now. It can move under its own power, which is a great result. And I need to really have a good test drive of the car and see what it feels like to make sure everything else is absolutely fine. And I need to get the car road legal, so I need to get MOT'd, which should be in about a week's time. Before then, I'm planning on cleaning the car inside and out, and I've still got to do the front brake pads. I still haven't got around to doing them. So yeah, I think as car fixing goes, as the project goes, I think what I've achieved in this amount of time, obviously I haven't been able to spend every day working on the car. We had bad weather, rain. I only got the outside space at the moment, so you know, I couldn't work when it was getting dark or just generally bad weather. So yeah, I'm quite relieved now to know that the car drives. Definitely not the end of the project. There's still a lot of things to do. There's a lot of things I want to do to the car, maintenance and kind of modification wise. And yeah, I think that's going to be it for the video. There's going to be a lot for me to edit, but obviously you've already watched what I've edited in the future, so thank you for watching. Share, like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.